Dangerous Secrets, the story of Iduna and Agnarr, is a book based on the Frozen movies. It's 338 pages long. It tells how Anna and Elsa's parents met and fell in love. No joke, I would love it if this was expanded into a full series. I want to know how all the Disney parents got together. I'd much rather read that than the dark reboots and Disney villain books.
Argo Funk Book Review, Argo Funk Book Review.
Like many Disney heroines, 12-year-old Iduna is an orphan. She's playing in the forest when she sees Agnarr. She secretly follows him to the Arendelle camp. And then we have the big scene from Frozen 2, where a battle breaks out between Arendelle and Northuldra. King Ruinart is killed, Agnar's injured, but Iduna saves his life. As a result, she's the only Northuldran who's outside of the forest when the spirits seal it off. This is all taken directly from the movie. How did Iduna go from being a foreign orphan to a queen? Well, she had a huge helping hand from Lord Peterson. Peterson's the regent, meaning he rules the kingdom until Prince Agnarr turns 21. Huh, I wonder who was the regent when Anna and Elsa were still growing up. Anyway, Peterson discovers Iduna. He lies and tells everyone that she's from Arendelle. He arranges for Iduna to be tutored at the castle, which gives her plenty of opportunities to be around Prince Agnarr. Agnarr is glad to spend time with someone his own age, and they soon become best friends. Every 6 months, the two of them take a trip to Northuldra to see if the mist has gone away, and they share some cute bonding moments on these 2 trips. We only see 2 of them. I liked Agnarr. He's pretty goofy, although he has fits of melancholy about being the future king. He soon learns he has to hide his feelings. Conceal, don't feel. Iduna is always capable, in charge, and has a plan. Some readers complained Agnarr and Iduna act just like Anna and Elsa. I didn't get that feeling. 4 years later, Iduna is an apprentice windmill maker. Her boss Johann is a jerk. He complains he hates Agnarr and all royalty because they're entitled snobs who steal all the credit for other people's hard work. But when Agnarr comes to visit, Johann is all smiles, he kisses up to the prince, and he steals all the credit for Iduna's work. What a two-faced meanie. Agnarr and Iduna find a hidden room in the library. Inside are maps and a picture of Agnar's mother. Agnarr gets mad because he hates it when people keep secrets from him. Iduna gets nervous because she's been lying to him for years about her heritage. She also lies by refusing to say she's the one who saved his life in the forest. I'm not sure why she's keeping that a secret. I'm sure he'd be really happy to know that information, but she lies about it for over 25 years. It's a weird decision on her part. Agnarr sees Iduna's nervous. He guesses she has secret feelings for him. He admits he feels the same way about her, too. They kiss, and he is so enamored, he can't think of anything else but her. Johann says he's got big news for Iduna. She thinks that he's going to give her a full-time promotion, but she's wrong. He actually wants to marry her. Johann gets mad when Iduna rejects the proposal. He warns her she could never be with Agnarr. Princes never marry commoners. And then Johann fires her. Agnarr offers to help. He's understanding and supportive when she turns down his offer, because she would rather be an independent working woman. She starts her own windmill-making business, which is so successful, it destroys Johann's monopoly. I liked this part, but it did seem a bit too modern-minded for a story that takes place in the late 1830s. Agnarr gets a lot of pressure to marry a princess and have children before he takes the throne at age 21. Everybody is so insistent upon him having kids. I wonder how Elsa avoided it. The council arranges for Agnarr to meet King Nicholas and Princess Runa from Vassar. Vassar has a strong army and Arendelle has a well-placed port, so uniting the 2 kingdoms is a great idea. Agnarr hates the idea because he wants to be with Iduna. They kiss each other a lot, and they're sad that they can never be together. On a whim, Agnarr and Iduna take a journey to Troll Valley. The trolls are talking with a blonde ice harvester who I think is supposed to be Kristoff's mother. She is grieving the tragic loss of her husband. Grandpappy erases her memory, even though she's pregnant. So she's pregnant with amnesia. That sounds like a terrible idea to me. She's going to be so confused in a few months. Iduna and Agnarr talk to the trolls. Grandpappy casually reveals they're going to get married and have 2 kids. Spoiler alert, geez. So Grandpappy can see the future now. I wonder why he didn't do that in either of the Frozen movies. That would have been helpful. Villains described as Northuldrans start attacking the village. They make threats against the prince. Agnarr is forced to stay inside the castle for his own safety. He wants Iduna to be protected too, but she would rather risk her life than let her boyfriend make decisions for her, so she gets mad and runs away angry. Peterson warns Iduna she can't reveal the truth about her heritage. If the kingdom found out Agnarr was dating a Northuldran, he could lose his throne. And so, when Agnarr comes to apologize, Iduna agrees to stay in the castle on the condition that they break up. I'll move in with you, but we're not going to date each other anymore. King Nicholas and Princess Runa arrive. The king forces Agnarr to dance with Runa. Iduna's so upset she accidentally spills chocolate on herself and runs away. Agnarr runs after her and proposes. Iduna says they can't get married. She decides she has to leave the palace because the whole not dating anymore thing clearly did not work. But since we have to milk this drama cow for all it's worth, Iduna hangs around long enough to see Princess Runa kiss Agnarr. Agnarr knows Runa would be a good wife, but he can't marry her. He loves Iduna too much. Runa deserves a man who can commit to her with his whole heart. Runa is so inspired by Agnar's love speech that she's fine with being forever alone. Iduna runs away to the trolls, hoping they can erase her memories of Agnarr. Instead, they convince her to give him another chance. They are big love experts, you know. The castle servants are also big love experts. They discover there is no law prohibiting Agnarr from marrying Iduna. He's gonna be king. He can do whatever he wants. There's still the matter of the villains attacking the kingdom. Iduna finds evidence which proves King Nicholas is responsible. He faked the attacks in order to pressure Agnarr into a quick marriage. These chapters are from Agnar's point of view, which makes sense, but at the same time, I wanted to see the scene from Iduna's point of view, since this is her big moment of triumph. Now that everything's been cleared up, Iduna and Agnarr get married. The wedding is kinda sweet, and I wish the book had ended there. The last 40 pages are a transition into the movies. In fact, multiple chapters are lifted directly from the movies. It's sad because Iduna and Agnarr go from being good main characters to terrible parents who lock Elsa in her room for 8 years because she's different. As for Anna, they do nothing as she suffers from total isolation. And then Iduna and Agnarr both die. This is a terrible follow-up to the love story. The end. Post-book follow-up. Iduna tells Agnarr that she's Northuldran as close to the end of the book as possible. It's something like 2 weeks before she and Agnarr die. His reaction is more of a non-reaction. He doesn't really care that she's Northuldran, and the story ends there. I think they ruined the big reveal by putting it off too long. I would have had Iduna confess the truth before the wedding, so readers could get the full emotional impact of her confession. Instead, we get something more akin to a deathbed confession in the last chapter, where there's not enough time to address it. I like this book. It's more of a traditional fairy tale than, say, Frozen 2. I thought the love drama worked just fine. I wanted a little more love stuff, though. Maybe Johann could have appeared in a 3rd chapter, or Runa could have been introduced sooner, making her a legitimate love interest. Before I forget, I should mention this book has some obscure Frozen references. I'm talking references to deleted scenes, the graphic novels, and the book Forest of Shadows. I've done reviews for those Frozen books, so if you like this review, you should check out those ones. Overall, I'd say this is a good book. I would recommend it to Frozen fans. I don't think they would ever make a movie out of this book, but I'd totally watch it if they did. And like I said at the start, I would love to see other books like this for different Disney parents, like Rapunzel's lookalike mother and King Sadbeard. What's their love story? I give Dangerous Secrets, the story of Iduna and Agnarr, an 8 out of 10.